What's up, everybody? This is Colby and Jeff here, and this is a new segment we're going to be doing called Magic Fastbreak, where we're going to be talking about kind of some stuff that's going on with the Magic currently and what our thoughts are about it. And since this is the first episode, we want to just kind of run down what everything we're going to be doing with MagicWire.com, themagicwire.com. And, just kind of what we're trying to do. We're launching in about 15 days, and we're really excited about where we're going here. But fan involvement is really what our whole philosophy is about, and we want to get you guys involved. We've started a thing on the website where if you tweet us #MagicPicks, it'll show up on the website. And also, we're going to be rolling out the ability for you guys to sign up for the website and start writing articles and posting stuff. I'm going to have that ready to go maybe in a couple days from now. So, yeah, we're ready to get this going. So, Jeff, how are you doing today?
Yeah, good. We definitely want to try to have people as involved as possible. We're just Magic fans. We want to be more involved than just Twitter, just, talking on message boards. So, if we want to write articles, we want to make videos, we want to be involved in the Magic, especially during the off season when not a lot's going on. We want to have somewhere where people can go and have fun and post articles. So if there's anything that you guys want to contribute, articles, pictures, photos, anything that you guys want to do, you're welcome to. It's open to everybody. So we just want to provide somewhere where people can go and have Magic content to see, have Magic content to add, just a place for people to go and have stuff to do. And especially during the off season when it's you get a little, you want something to do with Magic,
Yeah.
And there's no games, so
yeah,
we'll have plenty of tough stuff to talk about, plenty of videos to make, plenty of articles to write, but trying to give everyone something to do during the off season.
Yeah, so I guess let's kind of talk about the season's over. We had a 20-62 record.
Yeah.
That's the bottom of the NBA by a hair. But,
which is what we wanted, right?
Yeah. So that gives us 25% chance at the first overall pick. So that's some good news. But that 20-62 record is, a lot of people were shooting, a lot of people that I've seen were shooting for around 30 wins, which would have probably given us too many wins for the draft picks we're trying to get. But are you satisfied with the way this year's going with that 20-62?
Oh, absolutely. I was someone at the beginning who I wanted 42. I wanted us to prove everybody wrong, and I didn't want us to tank, but at the same time I didn't really fully understand how beneficial it would be, sort of all the things that would happen, how beneficial it would be to make certain trades, and then in the end you don't want to start the season and say I'm cool with 20 games. It's hard to say that as a fan. But right now, I feel great with 20, because we get possibly the number one pick because of it. So, it's not something that's easy to say at the beginning of the season, and you kind of hope for the best. But at the same time, right now, we're all happy with it because we got the result that we want, which is a great draft pick, as well as we had our victories. We beat the Lakers in L.A. We beat the Clippers in L.A. We beat, we came back, we beat the Bucks in L.A., crazy game. We've had our awesome moments. We've had our great games. We've had incredibly tough losses and stretches of losses, and at the end of the day you look and you say, oh, we only won 20 games. It's a little almost embarrassing, but it's for a reason. So it's almost better to lose 20 games rather than lose 27 or, like you said, 32 or something, where we would get the 8th pick. Let's just go for it. Let's go for it.
First pick,
let's get the first, second pick. So although they didn't officially tank, they never said that. There were a couple games there where maybe we could have put in more effort, and then maybe this was a strategic effort by Rob and Jacques to keep our wins low, and if that's true, I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
it worked.
I'm excited to see, because you can see that this team actually does play hard pretty much every second of the game. They might not always, get the result, but they're going 110% for 48 minutes, and it's something, when we're actually a good team, that's going to be something that is going to be something other teams are not going to like, because we're going to be a tough team. That Florida road trip they go on is going to be probably the toughest in the NBA with Miami and us, assuming Miami keeps the big three together. But, the future is very bright with this team we put together, even though the win-loss column doesn't exactly reflect that this season, and maybe next season, depending on if we're going for another, high draft pick. or low draft pick, depending on how you want to phrase that. But yeah, I'm totally satisfied with the 2062. I mean, and then you just look at, I don't know exactly what the statistic was, but I think we had over 30 games where the margin of victory or loss was only 6 points or less.
Right, against the Heat, wasn't it one of those close games?
2 of those, yeah. I think we lost by 2 and 1 point.
Yeah.
New Year's Eve.
And I think Jacques did a great job of utilizing everything throughout the season. If it was going to be a tough loss, then he was going to use that time to give it to Kyle Quinn or give it to Mo or give it to somebody that hadn't played that game. Or every game seemed to have its use, and he seemed to take advantage of it. And like you said, we never gave up. So I mean, every game we were fighting to the last minute. We might have been down by 20, we lose the game by 4. We were coming back all the time. We were never trying to lose. We were never giving up. And I can't really say that for the past 2 seasons prior to this season. That Hawks series, it seemed like we never even cared. I mean, it was really hard to watch as a fan. You're fired up. We're in the playoffs, and they didn't seem to care. We finally had a team this season. Yeah, we didn't win as much. They cared a lot, and they played hard every game. And whether they were trying to win or not, I mean, they definitely cared about winning, and they definitely cared about playing as hard as they possibly could. Yeah,
and I mean, it's been kind of a long season. There's been a lot of turmoil with Dwight Howard's trade and JJ subsequently, but I mean, there's a lot of good memories from the season. So I mean, what would be maybe your favorite memory throughout the entire season?
I mean, I don't know if it's because it's the most recent, but the Bucks game. I was at the Bucks game. The Tobias Harris hitting the 3 that nobody thought, even he didn't even think was going in, because he basically was fouled. He was just trying to throw it up. It ended up going in. He ends up kneeling down, freezing. The crowd goes crazy. I mean, for me, that was an incredible game. I mean, it's also the game that it's the JJ comeback game, and that was emotional. So I was excited for JJ coming back, and he was really awesome. He was really nice. Before the game, I got there early. He was shooting around. He went around and he hugged Alex Martins. And he shook Alex Martin's hand and talked to Alex Martin. He shook the hand of every staff member of the Magic that he could find. All the old Magic broadcasters stayed and signed autographs. It was a really great moment for me, being a huge JJ fan, and seeing him come back and be happy and be respectful to everyone. And it isn't this sort of negative thing. And the video tribute was great. So that was already such a great moment, and sort of my best memory of the season. Just because I'm a big JJ fan, was happy to see him back and see him happy. And then at the end of the game, we get the Tobias, 3, and we come back in overtime and we win. For me, just that was kind of the most memorable moment of the season.
Yeah, probably me too. And then maybe a close second would be the Lakers' victory in December. Just because, the weight of the whole Dwight Howard thing, which, I mean, we couldn't get him back in March, but still, that's actually kind of a big victory. That was a victory for Orlando.
Yeah, I like too how the guys before the game were saying, "Oh, it's just another game." They're trying to play down. I think they were told not to say too much. After the game, everybody's like, "It's definitely more than just a game." After we won, I think it was in the final interviews that they were doing just recently. Kyle Quinn, they asked him his favorite memory. I think you said the Lakers game. He's like, that was a big win. We all wanted that win big time. And they went into, unfortunately they didn't win when the Lakers came here, but when we were there, it's a big moment to win in LA. First game against Dwight and against his new team, and we win. That's big, and to prove that we can win those kind of big games.
Yeah, and then we went the next day to
Golden State.
Golden State.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
we won. We beat them actually handily. I think we beat them by over 10 points.
Yeah, that's right. That was a good little road stretch for us.
Yeah, I think we had a 3-game winning streak, that little stretch there. So that was.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we had our moments where it was like, wow, this team can be really great. And then, of course, after the JJ trade, now with Tobias, we had moments where... Also, that game, too, I forgot to mention, the Bucks game, Vucevic had 30 points, 20 rebounds, and Tobias had 30 and 19. I mean, they're playing a lot of minutes, but that's incredible.
It was the first time since 1967, the New York Knicks, that 2 players had combined for 60 points and, 39 rebounds?
It's crazy. So, we've definitely had our memorable moments. We had our games where we've proven we're not a Bobcats, Wizards, sort of just constantly losing type team. We've had our tough losses, but we've had our great wins, and this team throughout it has come out stronger, and we've ended up using whatever downtime we had or whatever losing games we had to develop guys like Daquan, Kyle, Mo, and then at the end of the season, Tobias, and give Tobias full reign. I mean, that's where he got his confidence from, was basically just saying, we're just happy to have you, do whatever you want to do, and he took that, and ran with it. So, there's a lot of memorable moments from this season. I was fine with this season. I didn't really get down. There's a couple times there, maybe 20-something games in a row, you almost feel like, oh gosh. But there's lots of positives, more positives than negatives in my opinion.
All in all, I think I enjoyed this season more than the Dwight Mayer season.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad the Dwight Mayer's over.
I just generally, this is the first time I've had a good time watching this team since maybe 08, 09, or the year after that, where we went to the Eastern Conference Finals both years. I mean, just it's fun to actually watch the team for a change. And
yeah.
There's a lot of energy in the building. You can actually feel the energy. Last year, you could not feel the energy in the building like I feel like this time around, So I'm excited for where we're going. And the light at the end of the tunnel is very bright, and I'm seeing this team coming out of that tunnel like an OKC or a Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Maybe not exactly that kind of Miami Heat structure, but
it's going to be interesting, say, 2-3 years from now, when all these guys are at their peak and we've gotten a couple of good drafts go our way, and Rob's vision and Jack's vision are all, up and running. I mean, that's going to be crazy. And they've instilled this sort of team concept where it's everybody works together. There's nobody more important than each other. So when we have like 5 guys that are all playing incredible and nobody's, they're all playing together, that's going to be crazy. That's going to be really powerful. And that's kind of what OKC has a little bit when, Serge and Russell and Kevin Durant are all at the same. But it's hard to harness all those egos, and it's hard to, pay them all. So, I mean, we've got a lot of guys that we can afford. We've got a lot of young guys that are hungry and just happy to be here. And once those guys are all at the same level, it's going to be pretty incredible to watch. And I really do think it's something that can compete with the bigger teams, the Heats and all that.